Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everyone. Hey, love dub goes out from my heart to all of you who are tuning into this channel, no matter where you are at in the world. And hey, as a matter of fact, go ahead and give me a quick comment in the comment section about what part of the world you are in. I always like seeing that sort of stuff. Today we are going to be talking about some news, just some news that has come up recently. We're going to be discussing a little bit of Carnomaly, the automotive manufacturer out of China called MG, and what they are doing with some blockchain. And we're also going to be talking about an infrastructure project. In my opinion, it has to deal with infrastructure, and that is with parking, with Parkopedia and CarPay-Diem. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off, starting with the Automotive Blockchain watch list. And yes, this is the watch list that kind of tracks the DLTs and blockchain technology companies slash tokens that have to do in some form, some fashion with the automotive industry, and a couple of them on here that tangentially have to do with them as well. So we kick this thing off the top. Bitcoin, Ethereum, as usual. I just kind of keep these top three that you see on my watch list here as just kind of reminders of how the market is doing. But let's get down into it. We have Stellar, which, as for those of you that are new, is obviously dealing with on-demand liquidity and payments pretty much between people. That is what I like to call XRP's little sibling. VeChain, wonderful. IOTA. I'm gonna have to do another video on some updates on IOTA. They have some lot of things that are kind of upticking with them. Engine Coin, for those of you that are interested in Engine Coin, and a number of things that they are doing, not just in the automotive spectrum, but also in the gaming industry. Ontology, IOTEX. Hey folks, IOTEX is moving. Right now it is ranked at 111th. I would be surprised, completely surprised, and once again, this is not financial advice, but I would be surprised if IOTEX does not cross over into the top 100 by the end of the year. That is my opinion. Again, do your research on that. But there was a big video that just came out recently with the founders, co-founders of IOTEX and their business development person, Larry Peng. Did a whole big interview of their technology. So maybe I'll leave a link for that down in the description. Ocean Protocol, Singularity Net, folks. As the market has been doing all sorts of tanking and going ups and downs, Singularity Net, this is basically going up, as you can see over here in the green. StormX, Energy Web, and Carnomaly. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into Carnomaly. So Carnomaly's been in the news. All right, Carnomaly, a top automotive crypto company, recently announced a partnership with Gaunt Brothers Racing to sponsor the team's number 96 car at 2021 NASCAR Cup Series races. Now, one just took place actually this past weekend, and that was with Landon Castle's vehicle. But the next race is going to be at Talladega Super Speedway on October the 3rd. So they're going to be doing a couple things there. And this is just something that, a little quote that says, "I'm proud to be bringing Carnomaly into the sport and into the NASCAR Cup Series," said Castle in a recent statement. Now Castle, I did a video on this like last year. Landon Castle, he's actually his vehicle, or vehicles he's driven, has kind of plastered cryptocurrency tokens on the side of his vehicle a number of times. So we have that there. Want to flip over into the other news on Carnomaly, and that is going to be Carnomaly experts look at ways blockchain tech improves the car buying experience. All right, folks, here's the thing. For those of you that have ever bought a car, which should be 99.9% of the people listening to this video, you know what it's like to go into a car dealership and go through the experience of buying a car. So with Carnomaly, they're talking about the car buying experience and as it pertains to improving the technology so that it makes it a lot better, more efficient, and a lot less headache. So, as you can start to see right here, the car buying experience typically starts off with a lot of excitement, but then quickly turns into a nightmare of epic proportions for the unprepared. Well, here's Carnomaly. All right, so let's just break this down. For complex processes like car buying, one that relies on so many parties, and like the insurance companies, the tag and title people, all that kind of stuff, all right? So here's the car buying process with Carnomaly in a quick view, all right? So the process is as follows. You find a car, you pay with crypto, you confirm the payment, and have the car shipped to anywhere in the world. Okay, now how is all that kind of linked together? They have this tech called CarDefi, and CarDefi is revolutionizing the lending process. All right, keep in mind it says pay with crypto. And now in this particular case, you can see the blockchain was originally created with finance in mind. That is, the Carnomaly blockchain was originally created with finance in mind. And this is a big part of the services offered by Carnomaly. Before you walk on a lot or contract someone about a car, keep in mind it says contact someone about a car, you need to know just how much you can afford. So CarDefi is a centralized decentralized finance app, also known as the future in the automotive marketplace. Think about the next article I got to go over, but a marketplace. All right. So with CarDefi, buyers, whether you're at a franchise dealership or buying from someone in particular, buyers don't have to rely on traditional banks anymore. CarDefi offers loan pools secured by blockchain. Borrowers and lenders connect based on verified public history that people can view and assess to make financial decisions. The history is verified by users and unalterable. Once the data has been logged, it cannot be changed to fit either of the borrower or the lender's agenda. This is a big deal because a lot of times, as you know, lenders have these goals that they want to do in the fiat currency land. And whether it's because they need to loan more money out, they're basing it off of your traditional credit-based systems, whatever it may be, needless to say, there's no agenda there, and I'll keep it at that. With peer-to-peer transactions, and listen closely, with peer-to-peer transactions, CarDefi helps people put the control in their hands. So if you have been bagging a lot of cryptocurrency, and you've just been storing it up, you've been hodling it, and it's just one of the things that you have, and you may be one of those people that have more assets in your cryptocurrency, whether it's a hard wallet, or a cold wallet, soft wallet, whatever it is, you may have more assets there than you have in your own bank account because you get the fact that you're staking it, you're doing whatever you need to do. And again, this is not financial advice. I'm just saying there are people out there like that. So CarDefi helps people put the control in their hands rather than the hands of a faceless bank. Carnomaly crypto is called car tokens. So that's one of the things. And you can buy these car tokens on KuCoin, etc., etc. And you can see it right there. So this is going to be improving the car buying experience. For those of you that have not looked into Carnomaly, I strongly suggest you do. I'm going to flip back over to my CoinMarketCap Automotive Blockchain Watchlist. And as you can see, they're ranked low at 2,877 on CoinMarketCap. You can see they really don't have a lot going on as far as the volume they have. Now look at the market capitalization. Market capitalization, it's just sitting there. So that may be something you want to look into. I personally think that this particular technology, one, is young, and two, when it kicks off, folks, in my opinion, again, do your research. When it kicks off, you're going to see this thing 10x very, very easily. So it's literally going from 1 cent to 17 cents and maybe even $1.70 sometime in the year of 2022. My guess with the Carnomaly, providing that they continue to develop their technology, it's going to boost out over a 2023 through 2025 sort of initiative. That's my opinion of that, and that has a lot more to do with as the cryptocurrency market is doing what it needs to be doing, especially here in the U.S. and as regulation kicks in, and then the automotive manufacturers start, kind of waking up, I guess you could say, to the tier 3 level of the experience. Keep in mind, they're well dialed in, folks, on at the tier 1 level, meaning the manufacturer level and all of the manufacturer, people who are aiding in manufacturing the vehicle. They're dialed in there, but in this particular case, at the tier 3 level, where people are actually buying cars, not so much. So yeah, you can have that there. So that's Carnomaly, all right? So let's go ahead and kick over into the next vehicle, and that is with MG. Yes, many of you have grown to love MG over the years, and obviously this is outside of the United States, but car manufacturer, MG, owned by Chinese auto company SAIC, and for those of you that are in the United States that work for the government agencies, that is not that SAIC, but needless to say, will use blockchain to record driving data and digital passport for its new SUV car model, MG Astor. The car will be commercialized in India, and MG has partnered with Indian blockchain firm Coin Earth for project reported Live Mint. So Live Mint was doing the reporting on that. Let me just scroll down here real quick. And just so you guys know, now unfortunately, we do not have a world where information is fully shared, which results in higher insurance rates for good drivers and classical lemons and plums problems in the used car market. So when you have blockchain in this particular case, it helps out when people are actually buying the vehicles, and these digital passports are going to be doing a number of different things. I know IOTA, as well as, and I'll kind of backtrack that and say, Volkswagen has looking to have digital passports. Mercedes-Benz is looking for digital passports. BMW is looking into digital passports. This is a big deal. And with these digital passports, you'll be able to do a lot of interesting things. One, obviously, is you'll be able to leverage your insurance companies. You can calculate all sorts of accident-based driving history, driving history. And as I roll down here, you'll also be able to keep track of your mileage. So MG's partnership with CoinEarth will record data in a digital passport. I'm highlighting it here on the screen for you, which drivers can access through the MG's app. Despite being operated by MG, and please note, this is a Chinese company, so it is going to have a walled garden all around it, but users can choose with whom to share the data with, and explicit consent is required before sending any information to other parties. Now, even though this is going to be launched out in India as part of the MG Astor, India obviously has lighter regulations and stipulations over the people, as well as how information about vehicles and data, etc., is dispersed, proliferated around the world. But you get an idea of that. So the digital passport gives cars a digital identity. I've done a number of videos on this, folks. Go check out my digital identity series. But driving data such as gas consumption, speed, are automatically recorded and stored on the passport. Yes, the speed is automatically recorded on the passport. Other aspects can influence a car's identity, like maintenance services, and can be added to app by the user. So that's right, you can add maintenance intervals, etc., into the app by the user. Now I'm here to tell you, the average person is not going to be adding their maintenance services in there. There's going to have to be third-party integration in there with it, with the maintenance facilities, whether they are franchises, facilities, or independent retail companies. But people aren't doing that. So let's move over into the last news item I wanted to cover for today, and that is over here on payments.com. This is Parkopedia partners with CarPay-Diem to expand in-car payment services. Now, this is an infrastructure item, folks. Keep in mind that as blockchain begins to proliferate all across the automotive industry and throughout smart cities, smart devices, etc., it's going to be about setting up the infrastructure in real-world use cases for people to start using them with their vehicles and in their everyday lives. And parking and payment systems are going to be part of that, whether it's going to be over-the-air payments, whether it's going to be with parking in garages, whatever it is. So this particular partnership is, in my opinion, over here in Europe, is going to be significant. So drivers in Europe now have access to integrated multi-domain payment platform for their in-car payment needs, following a deal between Parkopedia and fuel payment provider CarPay-Diem. The partnership with CarPay-Diem startup will give Parkopedia, a leading parking service provider, the opportunity to expand its in-car payment at the pump connection, vehicle fueling services in the region, adding 3,500 more stations across 6 countries. That's Germany, Austria, Belgium, France, etc. So this is very, very huge. And I did a little bit of article on this before, but I wanted to kind of go ahead and refresh your mind on this. The company has ambitions to plan to increase from 3,500 stations to more than 60,000 stations across 18 countries, folks, tapping into existing partnerships as CarPay-Diem broadens its reach within Europe over the next 3 years. And you are going to see this form of technology pretty much, kind of go all throughout the entire world. I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops in the US because it is in no doubt going to make lives and driving experiences a lot easier. Now, even though at this stage of the game, I understand that a lot of people, especially in some of the major cities, are not driving as much and definitely using those parking garages, but needless to say, it is happening. So Parkopedia boasts, and I'm going to highlight this section right here, Parkopedia boasts millions of users around the world. Its parking services are used by major global automakers, including Audi, Apple, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Volkswagen, among others. And that is just going to be one of the awesome things with that. So keep that in mind. These particular manufacturers, as well as others, are already integrating with it. So some of the vehicles that'll be coming out in the near future, and keep in mind, I just mentioned this about Carnomaly. As vehicles start to roll out over the next 2, 3, 4 years, you're going to start seeing these automatic integrations in there. It is my opinion that you won't see necessarily this Parkopedia as the label on these. It'll be maybe a white labeled version within these vehicles that'll have the automatic payment systems built in, etc. So CarPay-Diem is also a leader of its own right, having recently passed 1.5 million fuel refills in Europe base. Okay, that's in the European. Last year, the fleet and mobility arm of French payment solutions giant and Edenred acquired a 10% stake in the company, a move that has strengthened CarPay-Diem's position in the fuel ecosystem. So there you have it, folks. This is the news from the Automotive Blockchain channel. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and I look forward to seeing you next time.